Hey guys, this is a video introduction into the notes that I would like you to take and submit by next Monday at 9 o'clock. This is going to cover the process of photosynthesis and respiration, and there's kind of a lot of information that I'd like you to have absorbed and then interpreted. Now, my primary source for information about the process is going to come from a Bozeman science video. You can find all of this information as well in your textbook. Um, and if you're looking for other resources, you can ask me. It may not be formatted exactly the same if you go to the chapters on energy and photosynthesis and respiration as it is in this document, but all of that information can be found there. You could certainly go to Khan Academy. They would cover most of this material in a similar way, in a similar pattern. Um, and I'm going to be running some little lecture sessions on some of this stuff, particularly on Thursday. I'm going to do a little introduction to it, and next week, after the notes are due, I will be covering it, so you can always go back and update. Now, the way the notes are outlined here, I kind of adjusted it a little bit because people had been sort of taking these and just answering the questions as their notes, and that is not a searchable note method. Most of you taking the AP Bio test should know by now that it's an open notes test, and so having good quality searchable notes is going to be really useful to you while you take the test because you do not have the time to look up this stuff while you're taking the test. It needs to be like already synthesized and right there in a document that you can open and use. So it's divided up into a couple of topics. The first topic is going to be just a general overview of the relationship between energy and life, and that's kind of what he starts off with. And you should be creating summary statements, not just answering these questions, but making that connection between how we think of energy moving through ecosystems and its goal for living things. The second major topic is going to be about the concept of fixing carbon as an energy storage method for biological organisms. And there's several different systems. There's chemosynthesis, there's alcoholic fermentation, there's lactic acid fermentation, and then there's photosynthesis. And all of these are processes that are moving energy around within living things. And so you're going to be, again, taking some overview notes about those processes and how they work and comparing and contrasting them to the processes of photosynthesis and respiration, which we're going to learn about because they're the primary methods of energy transfer, but they're not the only methods. Then you're going to go on to a more detailed description of the processes and outcomes and phases of photosynthesis. In this section, you really want to focus on labeled diagrams. So diagrams that include lots of text around them outlining what's going on in each stage. You could storyboard this out because it really is a process. I'm going to leave it up to you how you do this, but what I'm looking for here is labeled diagrams. You have to think about this as happening in a specific spot in the cell, and the structures of that spot are allowing the processes to occur. There's going to be things going in, there's going to be things coming out, and you should understand what the major things going in and out are. The questions here allow you to kind of focus your thinking. You really want to make sure you can answer all these questions with your labeled diagrams. But I'm not, the notes shouldn't just be a list of answers to these things, okay? And then you're going to do the same thing with cellular respiration. So you're going to be looking at the process overall. You're going to be focusing on the structures of the mitochondria. Some of the processes go on in the cytoplasm. And so you're looking again at those specific processes. All right. If you have questions on this, please join me during my class time on Tuesday and Thursday between 10 and 11, or my open office hours between 11 and 1 every day.